The story begins with Denji, who is leading a miserable life full of debts and worries. Moreover, his dream of a better life is shattered when he wakes up and realizes the harsh reality of his financial struggles. Aching to repay his debts to the yakuza, he takes on dangerous devil hunting jobs to earn money, even resorting to using his loyal pet devil, Pochita, as a weapon. Despite his desperate efforts, Denji's earnings are quickly swallowed by debts and expenses, leaving him with barely enough to survive. The cruelty of his situation is further exposed when he learns he's essentially working off his deceased father's debts to the yakuza. However, despite his poor circumstances, he somehow clings to small hopes, like the dream of having bread with jam or finding companionship with a girlfriend. But even these dreams seem unattainable as he faces the looming threat of violence from the yakuza and the dangers of devil hunting. Tragically, Denji's aspirations are violently cut short when he's betrayed and attacked by the very people he thought he could trust. Surprisingly, Denji is revived thanks to Pochita's selfless sacrifice, and he undergoes a profound transformation. Empowered by their unbreakable bond, he emerges from the brink of death reborn, his body now a fusion of man and devil. With newfound courage coursing through his veins, he confronts the zombie devil and its legion of undead minions. Amidst the chaos of combat, Denji reflects on his violent journey and the dreams he once held dear. Yet, during the bloodshed, one truth remains steadfast: his unwavering loyalty to Pochita and their shared aspirations. With each swing of his blades, Denji cuts through the horde of zombies. In a peak of violence and determination, the Chainsaw Man emerges triumphant, his enemies killed and his debts paid in blood. Later, in the early hours of the morning, a car pulls up outside the desolate factory. A girl named Makima, accompanied by two men, enters the grim scene of massacre within. Observing Denji amidst the chaos, she detects a peculiar scent coming out from him, neither wholly human nor devil. Suspecting his involvement in the bloodshed, she approaches him. Denji, seeking comfort, requests a hug from Makima, who obliges. To her surprise, Denji's demeanor shifts back to normal, prompting Makima to conclude that he is indeed human, not possessed by a devil as she initially suspected. Revealing herself as a devil hunter with public safety, Makima discloses her mission to eliminate the zombie devil. Presenting Denji with a stark choice, she offers him the option to either face death as a devil or to live under her care as a human, promising to ensure his well-being and sustenance if he opts to remain with her. She outlines a tempting breakfast menu. Intrigued by the prospect of a delicious meal, Denji eagerly accepts Makima's offer, sealing his fate with the simple agreement of mere food. As Denji rides along in the car with Makima, the rumbling of his empty stomach breaks the silence, obviously a clear reminder of his basic human needs. Makima, with her characteristic bluntness, lays down the rules of their interaction, expecting compliance with her commands without question. Though Denji once viewed her as kind, her authoritative nature now evokes a sense of unease within him, as she reduces him to the status of a pet. In a moment of vulnerability, Denji's thoughts drift to Pochita, his loyal companion who sacrificed himself to save him. The memory of their bond brings a pain of longing, echoing in the growl of his stomach. Makima suggests a stop at a rest area for food, generously offering to cover the expenses and providing Denji with a much-needed coat. Grateful for this unexpected kindness, he feels a surge of affection towards her, mistaking her actions for genuine care. At the rest area, he eagerly orders his favorite comfort foods. However, the toll of his recent battle soon catches up with him, leaving him weakened and anemic. As he collapses against Makima, his words spill forth, revealing the truth of his condition and the presence of his beloved pet devil within him. Makima recognizes the unique scent coming from him, a blend of both human and devil essence. With compassion in her eyes, she reassures him of Pochita's continued existence within him, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the uncertainty of his situation. Awakening from his momentary lapse, Denji finds himself faced with a bowl of udon, a comforting reminder of Makima's nurturing presence. Though initially hesitant to accept her assistance, he soon finds himself surrendering to the warmth of her care, allowing her to feed him with tenderness. As they arrive in Tokyo, Denji's mind is still consumed with thoughts of Makima and her response to his confession. However, his daydreaming is interrupted as Makima directs his attention to the bustling headquarters of the Devil Hunters in the city. She explains the structure of their organization, emphasizing the perks and benefits of being affiliated with public safety. Eager to continue his newfound connection with her, Denji eagerly accepts working alongside her. However, his expectations are swiftly crushed when he is assigned to partner with Aki Hayakawa for the day. Disappointed by this turn of events, Denji expresses his desire to work with Makima directly. But she gently reminds him of the importance of proving himself and earning the privilege of working alongside her. As Denji accompanies Aki on patrol, his curiosity about Makima's personal life leads him to inquire about her relationship status. Aki's initial indifference quickly gives way to frustration, resulting in a violent confrontation in a secluded alley. Bruised and bewildered, Denji grapples with Aki's rebuke, grappling with the harsh realities of their profession. In a surprising twist of fate, Denji's admiration for Aki's unorthodox fighting style
But you are nice, because when I fight it,
shows a newfound sense of friendship between the two. Despite their initial clash, he finds himself gaining respect for Aki's resilience and determination. Beaten and bruised, Denji and Aki reluctantly return to Makima to report on their altercation with the Nut Devil. Despite Denji's attempt to attribute Aki's injuries to the fictional Nut Devil, he furiously denies. Makima, cold as ice, informs them that they will indeed be working together in an experimental unit. Aki expresses his reservations about Denji's presence, but Makima reassures him that their unit operates under unique protocols. She discloses Denji's secret ability to transform into a devil, a revelation that surprises Aki. As they settle into their new living arrangement, Denji's carefree and messy habits irritate Aki, who struggles to maintain order amidst Denji's chaotic lifestyle. Despite their differences, he acknowledges Makima's kindness in sparing Denji's life and advises him to show gratitude rather than suspicion. Their first mission together brings them face to face with a fiend, a gruesome manifestation of a devil possessing a human corpse. Aki instructs Denji to unleash his devilish powers to dispatch the fiend efficiently, testing his usefulness in combat. Denji, however, opts for a more merciful approach, using conventional methods to dispatch the fiend swiftly and painlessly. Aki rebukes Denji for his sentimentality, recounting his own tragic past at the hands of a devil, a traumatic event that ignites his relentless pursuit of vengeance. Afterwards, alone with his thoughts, Denji reflects on his newfound stability and contemplates the significance of his dreams. Amidst the boring routines of his daily life, his desires turn to more intimate aspirations, longing for the simple pleasure of touching a woman's talents. Assigned a new partner by Makima, Denji is taken aback when Power, a fiend, arrives to join him. Initially surprised by the notion of a fiend working as a devil hunter, Denji's attention quickly shifts when he notices Power's physical attributes, finding her attractive despite her monstrous nature. Makima warns them of the consequences if they fail to produce results, emphasizing the importance of their mission. Denji, still preoccupied with his desire to touch Power's chest, reluctantly agrees to work alongside her. As they begin their patrol, Power's impulsive and bloodthirsty nature becomes apparent when she slaps Denji, expressing her eagerness to find a devil to kill. Despite her unpredictable behavior, he remains infatuated with her. Their search for devils proves fruitless, leading Denji to speculate whether their lack of success is due to Power's intimidating presence. He recalls the circumstances that led to the partnership, realizing that Aki may have orchestrated the arrangement to undermine him. Suddenly, Power detects the scent of blood, signaling the presence of a sea cucumber devil. Without hesitation, she leaps into action, unleashing her formidable abilities to swiftly dispatch the devil with brutal efficiency. Ecstatic from her victory, Power celebrates in the chaos. The public commotion following the sea cucumber devil's death gathers significant attention. But Denji and Power find themselves at odds. each blaming the other for their current predicament when confronted by Makima. Sensing the discord between them, she orders them to set aside their differences and work together, cautioning against further recklessness. In an attempt to forge a better relationship with Power, Denji awkwardly attempts to flirt with her, a gesture that doesn't go unnoticed by Power. Seizing the opportunity, she cunningly strikes a deal with him. If he defeats the Bat Devil, who abducted her beloved cat Meowie, she'll allow him to touch her talents. Eager to please, he agrees to the terms, securing a temporary leave for both of them to hunt down the devil. Their pursuit leads them to an abandoned house, where Power unexpectedly knocks Denji unconscious, revealing her ulterior motive to sacrifice him to the devil in exchange for Meowie's release. The Bat Devil eagerly begins draining Denji's blood, but recoils at the taste, refusing to release the cat and instead swallowing both Power and Meowie before heading towards the city in search of more prey. Surviving the ordeal, Denji engages the Bat Devil in a fierce battle, wielding his chainsaws with determination. Despite a valiant effort, he finds himself outmatched by the devil's strength. Bound by their promise, he summons his resolve and delivers a fatal blow, tearing through the devil's stomach to free Power and Meowie, ultimately killing their tormentor. Following their victory over the Bat Devil, Power, impressed by Denji's determination, fulfills her end of the bargain and allows him to fondle her melons. However, their moment is abruptly interrupted when the Leech Devil emerges, swiftly severing and devouring Denji's arm. Denji attempts to transform into the Chainsaw Man, but his depleted blood reserves from the previous battle limit his transformation, resulting in only a small chainsaw sprouting from his head. Undeterred, he presses on, driven by his unwavering determination. Despite his handicap, he confronts the Leech Devil head-on, managing to inflict some damage in the process. However, he soon finds himself outmatched and on the brink of defeat. In a stroke of luck, Aki intervenes, unleashing the mighty Fox Devil to obliterate the Leech Devil. In the aftermath, Aki explains that he saved Denji by reattaching his arm through a blood transfusion, revealing his own contract with the Fox Devil. Aki then discusses the possibility of disposing of both Denji and Power, but offers Denji a chance at survival in exchange for compliance with his rules. Denji, desperate to live, agrees to Aki's terms. With Makima's approval, Denji and Power are spared, although under Aki's supervision. However, this arrangement leads to chaos, particularly when Power ends up sharing Aki's apartment with Denji. Despite the chaos, she honors her promise to Denji that night, much to his joy. Denji's initial encounter with Power's melons leaves him feeling underwhelmed, prompting Makima to suggest that he doesn't know his partner well enough. She proceeds to tease him, allowing him to touch her melons, leaving him speechless and flustered. Makima then makes Denji an enticing offer. If he can kill the Gun Devil, a fearsome creature responsible for over 1 million deaths, including Aki's family, she will grant him any wish he desires. Later, Public Safety manages to locate a devil hiding in a hotel, using a fragment slightly magnetized to other Gun Devil pieces. Aki assembles his team, which includes Denji, Power, his longtime friend Himeno, the timid Kobeni Higashiyama, and the headstrong Hirokazu Arai to neutralize the threat. To motivate the rookies, Himeno offers a kiss on the cheek to whoever kills the devil first, promising Denji a French kiss if he succeeds, much to his pleasure. Before they enter the hotel, Aki reflects on his first encounter with Himeno in a massive graveyard for the Gun Devil's victims. Himeno had expressed her desire for Aki to stay alive, revealing that her previous 5 partners had all met untimely deaths. Upon reaching the 8th floor of the hotel, the team encounters a walking head, which Power swiftly dispatches. Himeno reveals her contract with the Ghost Devil, allowing her to wield a powerful invisible hand. However, they soon realize that they are trapped on the floor, facing an uncertain and potentially dangerous situation. As the Devil Hunters search for a means of escape, Aki notices that all the clocks on the floor have stopped, indicating that they are completely cut off from the outside world. Realizing their predicament, they gather resources to sustain themselves while they figure out a solution. Denji notices Himeno smoking the same brand of cigarettes as Aki and learns from her that she persuaded Aki to start smoking after he avenged her from the angry girlfriend of one of her deceased partners who had slapped her. Himeno also reveals that she knows Aki desires a long life despite being a devil hunter. Upon Aki's return to the room, he reveals that the devil they previously killed has somehow grown larger. The monstrous entity, known as the Eternity Devil, offers them freedom from the floor if they sacrifice Denji to it. In a desperate attempt to end the ordeal, Kobeni charges at Denji with a knife, but Aki steps in to protect him and ends up getting stabbed instead, devastating Himeno. While Power tries to stem Aki's bleeding, Denji realizes that the devil is afraid of his chainsaws. With determination, he leaps into the devil's mouth, ready to confront and defeat it from within. Denji plunges into a relentless onslaught, tearing through the Eternity Devil's insides while enduring its counterattacks. Despite the devil's efforts to tear him apart, Denji's regeneration is fueled by feeding off its blood, allowing him to continue the assault. Witnessing Denji's relentless frenzy, Himeno recalls a conversation with her mentor, Kishibe, who warned her about the thin line between sanity and death for devil hunters, particularly those driven by intense desires like Aki's quest to kill the gun devil. Reflecting on Denji's apparent insanity, Himeno realizes that Denji's recklessness might be the key to defeating the gun devil without risking Aki's life. After 3 days of relentless battle, Denji finally breaks down the Eternity Devil, prompting it to offer its heart to end its suffering. With the devil defeated, the group decides to unwind and get to know each other better over a meal at a restaurant. Despite the light-hearted atmosphere, Kobeni becomes increasingly terrified after hearing veteran hunter Fushi's grim anecdotes about the high mortality rate among devil hunters. Meanwhile, Himeno, intoxicated from alcohol, fulfills her promise to Denji by giving him his kiss. But the moment is ruined when she accidentally vomits in his mouth. As Denji passes out, Himeno, still intoxicated, carries him to her apartment and, in her drunken state, offers to sleep with him. Surprisingly, he declines Himeno's advances, recalling the previous evening when Makima indirectly shared a kiss with him through a lollipop. The following day, Himeno, still suffering from the effects of her intoxication, has no recollection of her actions and asks to befriend Denji instead. He agrees on the condition that Himeno helps him win Makima's favor. Meanwhile, the gun devil orchestrates a devastating assault on the Tokyo public safety devil hunters in retaliation for their efforts to track him down. Civilians across Tokyo, armed with illegally acquired firearms, target devil hunters, causing chaos and bloodshed. Makima herself falls victim to a gunshot while en route to Kyoto. In a cafe, Denji is shot in the head by the grandson of a yakuza member he had previously killed. Himeno also sustains a gunshot wound to the chest. Aki attempts to use the fox devil to devour the assailant, only to discover that he is a devil-human hybrid known as Samurai Sword, wielding the power of the katana devil. Despite Aki's efforts, Samurai Sword gains the upper hand with assistance from his partner, Akane Suwatari. As Himeno's life fades away, she sacrifices her body to the ghost devil, which manifests and overwhelms Samurai Sword. However, Akane intervenes, using the snake devil to consume most of the ghost devil's power, seemingly defeating it and saving Samurai Sword. Himeno's fate remains uncertain as she disappears completely. After being devoured by the snake devil, Denji is unexpectedly revived when one of the ghost devil's hands pulls his ripcord. He confronts Samurai Sword once more, but is ultimately sliced in half. Samurai Sword and Akane, along with their associates, move Denji's severed torso into a van. Meanwhile, Makima, having survived the attempt on her life, arrives in Kyoto after dispatching her attackers. She meets with Yaturo Korose and Michiko Tendo, public safety employees stationed in Kyoto. She instructs them to gather death row inmates at a temple situated at a high altitude. Back to the van, members of Akane's gang begin to explode spontaneously, leaving only Akane and Samurai Sword standing. Akane realizes that Makima is the cause of the explosions and questions whether she is truly dead. At the temple, Makima directs the inmates to recite the names of the deceased gang members, performing a ritual that results in their deaths as well. Meanwhile, Kobeni arrives at the van and engages in a fierce battle with Akane and Samurai Sword, managing to fend them off with a knife and a gun. After they flee in the van, Kobeni apologizes to Denji for her earlier attempt to kill him and expresses her emotional distress over Hirokazu's death and the toll the job is taking on her mental health. Back in Tokyo, Makima receives an update from Madoka, who promptly resigns, informing her that Special Divisions 1 through 4 will be merging due to the significant losses, with only non-human members mostly surviving. When asked if she anticipated the recent attacks, Makima remains silent and departs with Kurose and Tendo. Denji and Power pay a visit to Aki in the hospital, informing him that only Kobeni and Madoka survived the recent assault alongside them. Aki grieves over the loss of Himeno before being approached by Kurose and Tendo, who inquire about his intentions moving forward. Driven by a desire for vengeance for his family and Himeno, Aki expresses his determination to continue his service. However, they insist that he forge a new contract with a more potent devil, since the Fox Devil refuses to cooperate any longer. Meanwhile, Makima takes Denji and Power to meet Kishibe, a renowned devil hunter from Division 1 and Himeno's trainer, at the cemetery. Kishibe subjects them to rigorous training sessions, pushing them to their limits by repeatedly killing Denji and nearly defeating Power. After a grueling day of training and numerous deaths, Kishibe sends them home. The following day, Denji and Power devise a careful plan to trap Kishibe, but their efforts prove futile as he effortlessly overpowers them once again. Meanwhile, Tendo and Kurose escort Aki to a lockup facility where captured devils are held alive, urging them to make a contract with the future devil. The future devil grants Aki its power without asking for anything in return, having foreseen a magnificent death in Aki's future. On the other hand, Kishibe's rigorous training proves effective as he emerges unscathed, save for a single scratch. He briefs Denji and Power on the upcoming massive raid planned by the Special Division 4 and other public safety divisions on the Yakuza branch linked to the Gun Devil. Meanwhile, Makima meets with the Tokyo Yakuza's leader, extracting valuable information about the Gun Devil's collaborators within the organization and swiftly eliminating several of them. As the Special Division members infiltrate the Yakuza hideout, Kishibe holds off any intruders, revealing that the division is now predominantly composed of non-humans and outlining each member's abilities. In the basement, Power, along with the Shark Fiend, the Violence Fiend, and Spider Devil and the Angel Devil, engage in battle against the horde of zombies left behind by the Zombie Devil's deal with the former Yakuza head. Meanwhile, Aki and Denji confront Akane and Samurai Sword. Aki faces Akane first, but utilizes her Snake Devil to summon the Ghost Devil and turn it against him. Utilizing the future devil's foresight, Aki manages to fend off the Ghost Devil's onslaught, although he finds himself caught in a deadly chokehold by its countless arms. After a bout of hesitation, Aki summons the courage to take down the Ghost Devil, invoking memories of Himeno to bolster his resolve. With a swift stroke, he decapitates the Phantom Devil, leaving it in a state of shock, as shocked as a decapitated ghost can be. Meanwhile, Akane's plan to strike Aki and the Snake Devil are foiled by none other than Kobeni, who swoops in with a knife and a fierce resolve, turning the tables on the would-be assailant. Meanwhile, aboard a speeding train, Denji faces off against Samurai Sword in a showdown of epic proportions. Armed with nothing but a chainsaw blade sprouting from his leg, Denji delivers a final slicing blow that leaves Samurai Sword reeling in pain. But before the authorities can swoop in to apprehend the defeated devil, Aki and Denji engage in an impromptu screaming contest of sorts, trying to outdo each other in making Samurai Sword's pain known to the world. As the dust settles and the Snake Devil's inadvertent interference leads to Akane's demise, Makima reveals a breakthrough in their pursuit of the elusive Gun Devil. With a mixture of newfound evidence and sheer determination, they're now on the brink of pinpointing its exact location, a prospect that both excites and unnerves the team. In the midst of all this turmoil, Denji's dreams take a sinister turn as Pochita warns him against opening a mysterious door in the alley, a warning he can't afford to ignore. And just when things couldn't get any stranger, a mysterious woman's voice adds to the confusion, posing a seemingly perplexing question about Denji's preferences between city life and the quietness of the countryside. Who is this mysterious woman? Will Denji be able to live a contented life? Comment devil down below and let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more recaps.